You know, summer is almost upon us, and Mark Linton, I'll tell you what, when you get out here and the weather is this nice, it is such a joy to feature what you do best, and I tell you, this is just remarkable what you've done.
Well, thank you. I feel pretty proud of it.
The homeowner here told Mark Linton before getting started that the one thing that she wanted more than anything else was a burst of color, and that's exactly, Mark, what I noticed when I pulled up. We saw color right away, a variety of color here.
Well, thank you for noticing. And it's not only just this time of the year, it continues all season long and even into the winter.
Now, you had a little bit of time to sit down with this homeowner to kind of go over the master plan of what she wanted. And really, this segment is all about just re-landscaping in phases, and it's smart, isn't it, to sit down and kind of look at the long-term picture rather than just, 3 or 4 months?
Absolutely, and it's all going to tie in together when we're all done. So this is phase 1 that you see here. Later on this season, we're going to be doing phase 2, and then to wrap up the project, there's a phase 3 coming in.
So how did this homeowner connect with you exactly? Tell us.
Good question. So her son and daughter-in-law are past customers. In fact, just completed an additional job for them earlier this season, but it's been this ongoing relationship. They've got a home in Bristol.
Excellent. Well, this is a beautiful home here, and as beautiful, Mark, and really as new as it looks, you're telling me the landscaping here was already getting a little tired.
It was kind of past its usefulness, and there was bark ground cover here, and she was kind of fighting a weedy type of situation and having to replenish the bark mulch every year. Wanted to switch over to low maintenance stone ground cover and have a good quality woven fabric weed barrier in there that lets water go through but prevents weeds from coming up.
That's really the key, isn't it?
It is. It's really important.
That's the key. The other key is to do a delicate job of hiding some of those things that are very necessary in your landscaping, and I'm thinking about the satellite dish here. I mean, there's a balance there of hiding it and then not getting in the middle of the signal, right?
Absolutely, and we call them necessary evils.
Okay.
All homes have these different utility type of things, and so directly behind you, Craig, here, this is our Wichita Blue Juniper, and it's a dwarf juniper that gives us some height, a little bit of width, and we're going to keep this pruned so it doesn't block the signal, but accents the corner of the house. And what I like is this beautiful blue colored evergreen foliage that lasts 12 months out of the year.
Very good, very good. Well, that's one of the new items you brought in. You've repurposed some things here too, haven't you?
You're going to see some things that we transplanted in that and got some additional life out of it. In front of us here, we're going to have some beautiful daylilies, which are going to start blooming in just a few weeks. That'll give us some nice seasonal color. These are perennials. They come back year after year.
I love the look of the daylily.
And you commented that we've got nice color when you pull up. Well, we also have other things like this burning bush that in the fall, it'll turn fire engine red. And we've got this window that's up rather high, and so we've got this strategically located here. We'll keep it pruned below the base of the window, but we had kind of a bare wall here that needed to be softened.
This will take off, right? I mean, this grows quickly. And it's beautiful, like you say, in the fall. I love that red look. We featured this on our show, haven't we?
We do. Ornamental grasses are very popular, and Linda had this here with the original landscape. This is just starting to wake up from its dormancy. It's a variegated ornamental grass, and Craig, later on in the season, it's going to get to be about 5-6 feet in height and have some nice feathery plumes. Again, we've got a bare wall behind us where we could use that additional height.
A good soft entry point, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Neat, neat. What else?
Well, we've got some splashes of color here. These are gold mound spireas, beautiful golden colored leaves, and you can see they're heavily budded. These will bloom with kind of a pinkish lavender colored flower all summer long, and it's a low maintenance spirea, doesn't get huge, kind of does a great job of naturally shaping itself. I love it with the combination of the purple flowers that we have here.
Great.
And then we wanted to have a little bit of height just to accent the entrance. And again, using the blue colored evergreens, so that during the winter time, we've got some additional color, just not green. So we've got blue colored evergreens, gold colored evergreens, and different shades of green.
Very good, very good. Well, I know there had to be, Mark, some challenges with this redesigning of the landscaping here, and I think Linda made mention of at least one of them, and that was a water problem.
Unfortunately, it was. And where we're standing here, you know, the house was built quite a few years ago, and what I think is just the ground slowly settled. And unfortunately, there was this downspout here that was dumping water in here, and it couldn't get out towards the street because the sidewalk is like a dam. So what we did was, after we removed the existing plantings, we brought in some additional soil. In fact, if you look at the house there, you can see how we really sloped that up to the foundation there. And so we've got good positive drainage going out towards the sidewalk, away from the house. And then another thing that we did, Craig, was the addition of burying this downspout. It was a little challenging, but what we did was tunnel underneath the sidewalk, and then out in the lawn is where the water ends up. And we've got out there a pop-up emitter.
Pop-up emitter.
Yes.
Say that 10 times real quick. Huh?
Well, and what that does is when the force of the water goes through there, it pops up.
I've seen that.
And it emits water. And then the cool thing is, after it's done raining, it self-retracts, and you can just mow right over the top
And there's
of it.
no electrical charge. It just does it on its own, correct?
Absolutely, just with pressure of the water.
Isn't that cool? Some great color here, and one of your favorites here.
Yes, yes, my favorite tree here.
Yep.
Red Japanese lace leaf maple, little miniature dwarf tree, only going to get to be about 5 feet in height, prized because of the beautiful, delicate red leaves.
Indeed.
Maintains these red leaves all season long.
Very
And
nice.
then on each side of the Japanese maple, we've got some peonies here. Now you see that those are heavily budded, and in just a couple short weeks, we're going to have a nice display of color with them. And these are some peony plants that actually were in the original landscape that we transplanted and repurposed into the new landscape.
Very good. Well, as we mentioned at the very outset, this is phase one of the re-landscaping program for Linda. And again, the color continues.
Oh,
up through
nice
the front.
splash of gold color. And Craig, what I like to do is have the golds and the red leaves here, or the burgundies with the Japanese maple. Nice color combination,
Sure.
and also a contrast of color. And Craig, these gold thread cypress are actually evergreens, and so they maintain that gold look all throughout the wintertime.
Yeah, and some of the stone cover even comes alive, doesn't it, next to that?
There are a lot of different shades of color within the ground cover.
Yeah, very good. What else?
Well, we've got 2 garage windows here, another opportunity in between the windows for a little bit of height. This is our little dwarf patio peach. I wish you could have seen it in the springtime. Just an amazing amount of flowers on the branches. After that show is over, then it leaves out with these large burgundy colored leaves, which gives you additional color. This is going to get to be about 5-6 feet in height and only about 4 to 5 feet in width. It'll maintain these colorful leaves all the way up until frost in the fall.
You know, you mentioned a key word, show. You know, we pay money to go to shows, but what you create here, Mark, with the landscaping, this is a show when you see those colors.
Well, thank you.
Rotating through the season.
The goal here was when Linda pulls up into the driveway and she sees the front of her house, that it puts a smile on her face.
There you go. Nothing more important than that. How do you finish off here, Mark?
Well, down around the base of our little dwarf patio peach here, we've got some little miniature dwarf blue star junipers. Again, these are dwarf evergreens, but they're not green, they're blue. These do an amazing job of just naturally shaping themselves. They won't get much more than 14, 16 inches in height and about 18, 24 inches in width, and beautiful silvery blue color 12 months out of the year.
Excellent. Very nice. Very nice.
We're also talking about a wide variety of evergreens. We not only have the blue ones and the gold ones, we've got some boxwoods here. Craig, you got to feel them. They're very soft to the touch. I love those shiny, glossy green leaves.
You sprayed that with wax
It
before
looks
we
like
got
it.
here, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. There's leaf
feels like
shine on it.
Yeah.
But the boxwoods can be easily pruned to stay below the base of the window. Of course, they're in the evergreen family. And then we've got some balance and symmetry going on here. We've got our knockout roses, got a couple of them in here.
Yeah, they're
and
gonna
again,
pop.
you can see lots and lots of buds here. These are going to have dark red colored flowers. We've got one on this side, another one over there. As these grow and mature, they're eventually going to get to be about 3 to 4 feet in height.
Wow. Well, re-landscaping is the theme here today as we make the turn and take one more look at what you've done on the side here.
Yeah, so we wanted to have a little bit of height, but if we've got the light fixture here, we really don't want to hide or block that. So this is going to be kept pruned below the base of the light fixture. It's our Sky Pencil Holly. Very narrow yet columnar, gives us some height, won't encroach upon the driveway there and scratch any vehicles.
All right, very good. One more?
Yeah, this is our chocolate snake root. It's a perennial and features these burgundy colored leaves all season long.
Okay, very good. Well, plenty of ideas here for you today as we re-landscape a property in Granger. It was great being at Linda's home today.
I appreciate her sharing this with the viewers out there.
Much more coming up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.